Spider-Man Brand New Day is brand new in theaters this weekend, and I am here to review it on You're Watching a Movie with Silas Lindenstein.
You're watching a movie with Silas.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to You're Watching a Movie with Silas Lindenstein. I am your host, Silas Lindenstein. Welcome. Today, whenever a new movie for the MCU drops, I think I have this fear that I'm going to walk in and that's going to be it, that it's the last one that I'm going to go to. And I think I have this because we're like starting this new chapter in the MCU with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Well, not really started there. We're kind of like in the little middle of the beginning of it. So I was just a little nervous. I've been a big fan of the Spider-Man series, the saga here. And I just wanted to not disappoint. I need my man. I need to be successful, because as long as Tom Holland and his now wife Zendaya are successful, my life will be complete. I jest, but I don't. Look, I love Tom Holland. I love him, and I think he's done a great job with the series. And I think there's a chance that this is his best work yet. Yeah, let's get into it. Spider-Man Brand New Day, 2026, action adventure, running time 2 hours, 25 minutes. This, if you've seen the trailer, I'm going to try to stick to things in the trailer in talking about this, but Spider-Man is going to face a little maybe metamorphosis, a little change in this one. You know, the last time we saw him in this storyline, he had everyone's memory got wiped out about Peter Parker, and if you haven't seen them before, you should really go watch them again. So nobody remembers who Peter Parker is, and so his best friends, MJ and his buddy Ned, they don't remember him. Like everything's absent, right? So they didn't remember. So he moved on. He was moved on, isolated, trying to live on his own. He was starting a brand new life. And we're catching up on this to see how this is working out. Now, if you think this is going to be a movie about Peter Parker staying away from MJ, you're going to be mistaken. I'll tell you that. It's really interesting seeing him being able to be so emotional, not just as somebody who is falling in love, as we've watched him fall in love with MJ and then eventually get that girl, but to see him suffer the loss. It really gave us a good depth for him in this. He gets to really expand this character of Peter Parker and the emotional weight that he carries in a real personal level, not just to like, I'm out there to save the world, but like he's trying to, he's still a kid, right? I mean, he's just, at this point, he's about 22 as this movie starts ish. If you don't count the 4 years he was disappeared into nothingness, I guess. He brings just a special performance, I think, for a superhero movie. And, I mean, what's a movie without change? I mean, that's kind of what you want in it. So the metaphor of him changing in whatever is happening to him, and what by whatever means has caused it, is it really works for it, and it helps with the weight of what he's trying to deal with and to go through. Okay, what should I cover in this? So there's so much about this film that I can't say. This movie, I mean, it is, despite probably being geared toward people who have been following it because of the nature of the story, I could see someone bringing a newer person into this world, because it does not rely on the other doesn't rely on the rest of the MCU. You can know nothing about Avengers movies and be fine with this. It's sticking to the Spider-Man story, and I appreciate it when it doesn't always have to be entangled. It is kind of like a separate story for him. However, you know, I think you'll get a lot of richness. You'll be a little lost in who these people are important. You're gonna lose a little sense of what Ned and MJ mean without having seen those. So you you should see those if you have not. I don't know why you're even entertaining seeing this if you have not, to be honest with you. Um, the movie itself, like, I think it's just such a it's so engaging. I really got into the story. You quickly find out that something is going on, right? As always, there's a thing going on, and we got to solve who's this latest baddie. What's going on? Mystery person. There appears to be some questions about who the villain actually is, and it's not anything you're prepared for. That's as much as I can say. They don't show anything in the trailer, so you're gonna have to just go in and be surprised. Now you're gonna get spoiled. People are gonna spoil this like hugely. It's probably all over the internet by the time I'm recording this, and so it will have a big effect on the MCU. This will have a huge effect on the MCU, but it works within just the story, and I think that okay. This film is so good. I'm going to call it a film, not just a movie. It's so good. It makes me mad when that, like, all of them aren't like this. Like, you guys know how to make a movie. You know how to pull my heartstrings. You made me fear for Spider-Man. Like, you don't think that you're going to lose any of these main characters, right? Because it's Spider-Man. What are they going to do? Ned's not going to be Spider-Man. You don't think they're going to replace Tom Holland? But were there times that I thought his life was in danger and he could die? Yeah. And that's the brilliant. Maybe he does in the end. Maybe that's the big surprise. You don't know. This, I will tell you, this was under wraps so hardcore. They said no social media postings about this film. Even to say that I'm going to go see it. I was not allowed to say I had seen it until after an hour after I had seen it. That's when the embargo lifted on this. So it was crazy. The pacing of it's wonderful. The 2 hours, 25 minutes flies by, just zooms. I heard some, I'm outside with critics as they talking and they're giving little feedback to the people. And I hear some talking about thinking it's a little, that they could have cut 20 minutes. I don't think they should have cut anything in there. Honestly, this is about as good as a superhero movie gets. I think so. It wasn't nonstop action. It wasn't. There was times that it slowed down, and I really loved it. And I think if you don't like it's traveling a point and then comes down and then back up again, right? You fall and up and down, up and down. That's what you want. You want rhythms. I wanted to see Peter Parker take a journey, and he took the journey, and you got to be there for it. I wouldn't cut a thing out of this. I brought my oldest daughter with me. She agreed. She was saying like, no. This was everything. This was everything it should be. You're gonna, if you are a fan of these movies, you are going to love this. I think you just absolutely love it. Are there surprises? Oh, absolutely. There are surprises that are going to surprise you and more. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk about that. I might have to have a film club version of this so that we can have a discussion about this movie, because I can't. I'm like, I want to talk about the stuff in it with somebody. Please tell me in your comments. Tell me what the most surprising thing for was you. If you feel free to be coded on it to not spoil other people. Be coded. I'll know what you're saying, but let me know. Were you surprised? This who directed this one? I'm looking it up. Director was Destin Daniel Cretton, who is his American filmmaker. He directed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Rings, which makes sense. There's some scenes in it that I could see that he was involved with that. Oh, and here's one thing I gotta say. Like, sometimes I've been saying like, oh, movies are getting so good, like they look like video games sometimes. I'm a huge fan of the PlayStation Spider-Man video games. And oh my God, this was like watching the video game play out in all the best ways. Like there were just so many nods on the way that you fight people with the webs in that in those video game series. The looks were crafted to, I mean, they look like I would have thought that they worked together to create this. And it was just kind of awesome. It like expanded the world of these Spider-Man games that I've been playing. And that was just so fun. Like I was like, oh, I got to be immersed completely in this in that universe. So that's a special thing for me. I think the director did just a fantastic job bringing together the visuals and the production elements together. I mean, they're usually pretty. Marvel kind of locks us down a lot, so I don't know how much uniqueness you're gonna get in this. If now, I think when I'm talking, so I'm boiling down the strengths of the film. I think the acting. Tom Holland and Zendaya do great jobs. I think the writing on it is top notch. I really do think so. And like I'm gonna say the art direction on it. It's not one I usually pull out, but I just love the choices that it nods to pure Spider-Man fans as well as in the cinematic universe. It's I gotta say, I think this is one of the first MCU movies in a while that I'm like, I can't wait to watch this one again. This was so fun. I want to see it again with somebody and talk about it right after. Like I got to do it. It was, and see it in the theater. Just the power, the sound. I think that's the biggest thing that I hate when people say, oh, they can just stream it. You do not get the immersiveness of sound in your house. No, I don't. There's probably like 4 people out there. Like, unless you're a billionaire with your own little movie studio, and you're probably not watching movies, right? You're not getting the sound system that you do in a theater, and that is what brings it to this stellar level. Worst thing, I was trying to list the worst things about the film, and I think the worst things is if you are a fan of these series, you have a couple questions on like, why does that happen? Like, what's going on? Wait, does that work for that character? And I don't know, that's a flaw of the movie. That feels more like a flaw in my personality that I have to keep reading into this stuff. Are there plot holes? I think the plot holes are all minor. I'm okay with plot holes if it's like, I think about it on Tuesday after, when I saw the movie a few days ago, and I go, wait a second, how did that work? If the plot holes aren't gaping enough for you to see it when you're watching, I kind of try to let them go. And so I don't think there's any big ones in this. This is going to stand the test of time. The worst things, yeah. There's not a lot I don't like about this. There's really not a lot. I'm just such a big fan, and it's been like almost a day since I saw it, and I'm still just like smiling at it. Like I came home, I was just like, that was so good, dude. Now look, I know that I'm caught up in some of the surprises for it, and they're good things. But oh man, there's just so much artistry in this one. I can't get over that. This is one of the most artistic ones of Spider-Man's. I'm trying to decide if this is my favorite Spider-Man film from Tom Holland's set. And it might be. There's a good chance. I think the only other one was whatever the one was with the three. One there's two other Spider-Mans that joined them. I'm blanking on it right now, but this was just it was just such a fine film. So I'm gonna leave it there. I think you're gonna take a lot out of this movie. If there is a message from the film, if there is a message in this, it's clearly a popcorn entertainment movie, right? But it's like a lot of superhero movies. I think it's about where you go from here is a personal choice. You're in control. Change is constant. And you can really damage yourself by trying to stop that change. I think there's messages in there about that. Or maybe it's just about a spider guy who's swinging around the city and being super cool. But I think that's a thing. So, that's my review. Let's see. I'm going to roll the dice on this. Out of my 20-sided die, I think I'm going to give this a 19. I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So get out there, enjoy it this weekend or the weekend after, but get out there before the biggest spoilers get out there. But yeah. Hey, thank you for subscribing. You like this? If you like this review, please share, subscribe, please. It helps me out. You'll hear it next time one drops, and it gives me more motivation to do the reviews, to be honest. When I see the numbers higher, I love it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching a movie with Silas Lindenstein.
You're watching a movie with Silas Lindenstein. In the theaters you find this, so go on and press play and rewind this.